Hey guys, Trisha with My Trish Advisor. Today is probably the saddest video I'll ever make. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on what's been going on. And today we're filming from my bedroom because they're doing construction or something outside and it's so loud. Plus there's AC in my bedroom. So a lot of you know that I have a dog that was 23 years old. His name was Peace Out Dog. And I just put him down, put him to sleep yesterday. So today, well, yesterday especially, it was a horrible day. But I guess I'm trying to figure out, like, what do I want to share with you guys and help. I want to help because it was so hard for me yesterday, like coming up to the decision to even, number one, should I wait, should I not, whatever. But I had a lot of great advices from people and how to do it or what to think of, and just be encouraged. And I've now shared my story with some friends, and I've had a few friends tell me that either they've recently put their animals down or they're thinking about it and just have had some really great conversations about this lately. And so, just to kind of give you a little bit of history, Peace Out was 23 years old. He would have been 24 November 12th. So he was almost 24 years old, which everybody keeps telling me he's like the oldest dog in record. And my sister looked it up and she says the oldest Chihuahua was 20. He lasted forever, and honestly, it just felt like he was gonna live forever. So one of the things that I realized is that after talking to friends and stuff, my neighbor, he had put his dog down, and he shared with me, like, honestly how he kind of felt like he waited too long. And in the end, it's like better to, let's say, if you put him down too early, it's better than feeling guilty for putting him down too late, kind of thing. But I really went back and forth with Peace Out Dog because and yes, his name's Peace Out, like Peace Out Dog is his full name. Like, I had people think for the longest time his name was Pizza Dog, but it's Peace Out, because his personality was very much like when we would go on walks or anything, he would literally just like peace out. Like, if I didn't really have him on a leash very often, but Sassy always stays next to me, which she always has to be an eye shot or be able to hear my voice, which is surprising. She is seeming pretty sad, and I don't know if she's feeding off of my sadness or if she's sad herself, because yesterday and today she's just like stayed under the bed, and I keep trying to bring her out, and she did sleep with me last night, but other than that, it's like she wants to be alone. So I think she's mourning, and I'm not sure if it's just off of my sadness. But anyways, I just wanted to, I don't know, encourage you to, if you're going through something like this, or if you've gone through something like this, please share below any, tips or help, because honestly, I didn't know what to do. First off, my vet, her name is Valeria, and she's with La Vet de Puerto, and here in Puerto Morelos. And she told me originally the idea was to do it on the beach, because when I first moved to Puerto Morelos, I always took them on the beach in the mornings. And she told me, no matter where you want to go, I'll meet you there. Just tell me where and I'll do it. And her cost, I want to talk about the cost because it was surprising to me. It's 800 pesos, which is around $40. And she would meet me anywhere. And what was amazing about her is I wrote her a message yesterday just saying thank you, because she was like just genuinely interested in me and my dog being comfortable and making sure that it was the right time, the right way, how it was supposed to happen. So when we arrived yesterday, we ended up deciding last minute just to do it at the vet's office, because it felt like too much to transport him back and forth and all this thing. So to share my experience, and kind of my thought process was, he's not getting any better because he first had issues with his legs, which he's had issues with his legs, and he's been getting better, and I've been giving him CBD oil. Like, CBD gave all the difference to him, because my dogs, I don't put on much medication. Like, it's probably, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't really give them too many meds, because I don't know, I have mixed emotions about meds. Sometimes I feel like I need to be on meds. But anyways, that's a whole other story. So CBD really worked for him. It helped him walk a lot better. It helped him, I could tell it was like not as, I don't even know how to explain it. I could just feel it was better for him. So his legs, and then he got an ulcer in his right eye, and then that pretty much, or in his left eye, sorry, that pretty much healed, but we couldn't do surgery on him because he was too old to put under, because they weren't sure if he'd wake back up. And then like 6 months later, he got an ulcer in his other eye, and it just wasn't healing like the other eye. And so, but he's tough, so I was like, okay, he's doing well. But then it was like, you could tell he was just getting slower, and he is, like, he's an old man. He's 23 years old. Like, of course he's going to be slow, but he's still happy. Like, he liked eating chicken and tuna. His last meal was tuna because he loves tuna. He'd like shake before he'd eat tuna, and he'd smell it. Like, as soon as I opened the can, he'd shake. So anyways, I'm sorry, I'm just going all over the place, but I just really wanted to share my experience, because what I went through, and I can't imagine what others are going through, and your thought process on everything. So when we got there, I decided, like, you know what, let's just do it here, because I didn't want to transport him back and forth, and it just felt more right to do it there and just be in a place where, like, I'm not on the beach crying hysterically and maybe people are walking by going like, what's going on over there, and just being more private. So we did it in the room, and Valeria just had all the right words to say to like walk me through it, because first I was doubting myself and all these things because he was getting better, but then she also made me realize, like, hey, the last week he's been on heavier, like, I actually did start to give him pain medications, because what I didn't get to is that he started getting dizzy. Like, for 2 days he was doing this, and then he'd walk in circles. And so she told me that that's kind of like, it's called old man syndrome, or old dog syndrome, I guess. He's my old man, so that's why I call him old man. But old man syndrome, but old dog syndrome, and it's like they start to get dizzy, and he was walking in circles the last couple days. But then he was doing good for a week, so I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna go away. It's like all those things that you go through your mind. So when we had finally decided to do it, then I went in, and she had a catheter like in his arm, in his leg, and she put music on, and then she just talked me through it. She was just like, he's not gonna get any better at this point. And not only that, it was just like, he's ready, like he's okay to go. And it was just like, I don't know, I mean, she said it totally different than that. I just can't even think right now. But in the end too, it's like, I'm gonna be traveling, and he's just not going to get better, and he's already suffering, and I don't want to sound like he was suffering severely. I suffer every day with back pain, doesn't mean I want to die, but he was at the point where it's like, okay, he's getting worse and the health problems are getting more serious, so it's time, So she walked me through it. She had music on, and I didn't want to see him. Like, that's what I was really conflicted about. Like, I was messaging friends last minute, like, when you put your dog down, were you in the room? Did you see the dog? Or did you just hand the dog over, or the animal, because I had a friend put a cat down, and then walk away? And it was like, seems like half and half. I decided to be in the room, but I could not watch him go to sleep. So what I did was I put my hands on his, between his shoulder blades, and I just kind of felt him relax. But in that moment, I had no idea I had no idea about anything, how I'd feel, or, I mean, I knew I'd be sad, but I started to hyperventilate, And I guess in the end they said I had a panic attack or what, I don't know. I couldn't, I don't want to do it because I'll probably move the bed too much, but it was like I was breathing so fast. And then I keep telling it, I don't know if you've been electrocuted. I've been electrocuted like 3 times. Yay me. But I felt like I had currents of electricity. I mean, it's what it felt like. I know it sounds weird, but it was like the moment, you know, I knew he was going to sleep. My hands like had like sorry, it's slippery. And my eyes, I'm sorry you guys, I'm so puffy for like since yesterday, actually for like 3 days because I've been crying since. But I had like, it felt like electricity going through my hands, and then my feet and my legs, and then last minute it was like my mouth. I had like in my gums, it was like pulsating, like boom 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 boom, but like electricity. I can't even describe it. And they told me I needed to start like calm down. They took me out of the room, and then they put like alcohol on my wrists and my nose and had me breathe slower. And it was just like, you know, that it was just like there was no turning back at that moment, you know, knowing that, you know, he's gone. So anyways, I'm so happy I was there. I'm so happy I felt him. I didn't see him. I do have a picture of him laying down and his ears are still up because I was obsessed with his ears. So someone took a picture for me. And you know, it was just like coping with it for the day after. And I pretty much avoided coming home all day. I went to see friends at Puerto Morelos and had breakfast there, and we stayed there for like 3 hours because I just didn't want to leave. And then hung out at a pool and then had pizza. So after getting home though, it was like, oh, he's not here, and he's like, the house just feels different, you know? So, and then what's weird is that Sassy's been sad. I can tell, like, she's sad, and I didn't expect her to be because she's so, she's like, she doesn't care about Peace Out, because they just, like, she runs into him. She more cares about me. She wants to be next to me. If Peace Out's in the way, she'll push him out of the way, but I can tell she's sad. So, a couple of things that, I asked to before I put him down was, what did you guys, like, well, I asked my friends on my personal page, like, what did you guys do to like have them like remember your animal? And the first thing, hands down, I want a tattoo. I've never had a tattoo. I've never contemplated a tattoo, never even wanted one, nothing. And now it's like 100% I want a tattoo of at least his paw. And then I did make a little imprint. Oh, just to see it on film makes me so sad. Of his paw. So I want to do that, and then I am having him cremated, so I'll pick his ashes up today, and I'm going to plant a tree in Iowa. So I am going back home to the States, and I'm hoping to travel a little more, but I'm going back home to Iowa, so which is really nice because I'm working from home a lot, and it's like being here and being alone in my house, you know, with only my dog is, I mean, with Sassy is amazing, obviously, but like just without being with Peace Out, it's just so weird. Like even in the house right now, the house feels different. So anyways, I don't know how this video will help you. Maybe it's helping me more just talking about it. But I just thank you for all the messages from friends and stuff. And if you have anything that can help anybody, because this is like a horrible time. I feel like he's like my kid. I mean, I know it's not the same. We all know it's not the same. I get it. But I just want to share this with you guys and just be honest and raw about it. Even though I look like a hot mess express. Well, I always do. That's besides the point. But it was just an amazing experience with my vet. She was so wonderful. And she allowed me to have the time I needed. I didn't feel rushed. It was just exactly the time I needed. And then what was crazy is that when we left, driving away, I don't know, it's so weird. I took Sassy for a little walk because I was just like, can't even get in my car right now. To think that he's not getting in my car with me, it was just like, oh my gosh. So then I'm leaving, and there's a guy walking by, and this is why it's so words of positivity are just so important, because you never know what impact it's going to make on somebody. And it was a t-shirt that said free soul, And it was just like, I'm not that person that, I know people always like, oh, it's a sign, it's a sign. And I'm not usually like, I believe in signs, I do. But this one, it was like, this was a sign. It was like his soul was free, he's happy, his legs aren't hurting. And I was watching videos of him just 5 years ago. And it was like, oh my gosh, he looks like he was a puppy. But 5 years ago, he was 19 years old, but he did act like a puppy. So, oh gosh, you guys. So it's just like 15 minutes. Oh, sorry. So if you hung in that long, thank you. I hope this video helps you and just knowing what to expect. And also, if you, like I said, if you have anything that helped you, just for me was talking to my friends and knowing like what they did, how they process things, and not waiting too long, because in the end I just didn't want him to hurt anymore, and just be happy, and I didn't want to see him in pain. And I even feel relieved right now because I was putting eye drops in his eyes 6-8 times a day and giving him medication every morning. So if you've just joined onto the page, usually I talk about things about Mexico, coming to Mexico, because I'm frustrated with the way that media portrays Mexico. So when I go to the United States, the idea is I have some ideas about some videos to interview people and hear their opinions on Mexico, and hopefully talk to them about knowing more about this country, because it tends to be, well, for me, I always say it's misinterpreted and underrated, that's for sure, or misunderstood and underrated. So anyways, thanks for listening, love you guys, and that's the newest update. And that's also why, like, for the last couple months, I feel like I haven't been as invested into the page, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna do better, because I'm really passionate about what I'm doing right now, and I want to help you guys know more about Mexico and visiting here, moving here even. I'm getting a lot of questions about moving here too, and living with a pet in Mexico. I mean, it's a whole different experience, because I just feel, I don't know, I feel like I can go to my vet more because it's not $3,000 every time I go, I remember getting his teeth cleaned in the US and they were going to charge me $1,800, and here it's like $80, So anyways, just to share things like that with you guys. But love you so much. Thank you for listening. And it's going to be tough, but I'm glad I'm going to be traveling. And again, please share things that worked for you, and memorabilia or anything that you have for your pet, like my little paw here. And I'm going to get a tattoo. I don't know where, but I want a tattoo of his paw. Love you guys, and see you soon on a happier note. Peace out. I love you so much. Thank you for being in my life. Bye, guys.